After growing it for 8 years, I decided to finally cut my dreads off, which I felt was the perfect timing for me. The main reason I started my dreads was because I felt like I had done every other style in the book. I've had braids, I've had curls, I've had the low cut, I've had the fade. I've done every single thing that I've wanted to do with my hair. And I've just felt like I want to see what dreads would feel like. I want to see what it takes to grow them and what it would look like if I had it. So I went out there and I decided to go for it. Every single body I spoke to said, no, I'm not really sure if the dreads will work. If it's something that I don't really know. And even my wife said, I don't really see that happening, but go ahead, try it out, grow it out. And even in order to convince my mom to be cool with my dreads, she told me, because my mom is a pastor, she told me to find somebody in the Bible who had dreads. And I'm guessing that she had to already know that I was going to go straight for Samson. But I went straight for Samson. He had 7 locks. I don't know if they were 7 braids, 7 plaits, 7 cornrows, but I sold them as 7 dreads. And she was like, oh yeah, go ahead, go for it. So I went for it. I grew out my dreads. It took forever to get these things to lock up. And as soon as they started to lock up, and I got past that in-between phase. That in-between phase is where it just gets nappy and ugly and messy, and you hate to look at yourself in the mirror because it's not long and it's not short. The longest I've ever had them was maybe quarter ways down my back. And I felt like now is the time where I'm ready to go next level, Everybody who knows me knows that I'm all about my dreadlocks. I'm always like, hey, whenever I see somebody with dreads, I'm like, welcome to the family. And, I'm on my whole like dreadlock nation tip. And I see people out with dreads and I say, oh, these are my dread brothers. So anybody with dreadlocks, I definitely feel that connection with them. Whenever I'm out, I see them and I'm like, oh yeah, dreadlocks, what's up? It's tightness. It's the tightness that I felt with being a person who actually went through the work and the challenge and the twisting and keeping it clean and keeping it washed and taking care of it. And, you feel like, okay, this is a family because he understands the struggle of doing this and getting this to where I got it. I loved my hair when I had it. Getting a job had absolutely nothing to do with cutting my hair. I have a job. I'm in broadcasting. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm trying to move up the ladder, but I don't think that dreadlocks have anything to do with you moving up the ladder. I get tired of reading articles and listening to lectures about whether or not you can get a job without dreadlocks. You can, but realize this. If you're going to be successful at anything, you have to know the score and play the game accordingly. What I mean by this is take a look at CEOs of companies across the U.S., look at the stats on NFL coaches and even the current political state. There are few black faces and a ridiculous amount of prospects. So if there's something about the workforce to realize, it is that your personality and references have to far outweigh the external makeup. Now, this is not a black-white thing. So if you have a white guy and he walks into the office and his hair is unkempt, and I walk into the office and, and I have, my hair straight and it's low, they're going to look at these both of these things. They're going to look at the guy with his hair unkempt and they're going to say, I don't know about that hair. He looks a little bit hippie-ish. I'm not sure if I can really connect to this guy. But that's not the way that you should look at things. The way to look at things is from the perspective of, okay, how's this personality? How do they deal with the issues that I give them? How will they handle the situations that they're handed? And that's what it should be more about. But we all understand that that's not the way it is. And the dreadlocks don't really make a difference. My perspective on the matter is that if you are a great employee and they turn you down because you have dreadlocks, that's their loss. Because to me, if the outer appearance is that much more important than the work quality, I want nothing to do with your company anyway. I want to work in an office where you're fully accepted, no matter what you wear, no matter what you look like, as long as you get the job done. But to me, dreadlocks are a hairstyle. It's not anything extreme. It's not like you have like fire red hair, or it's not like you're not walking in there as Dennis Rodman. So that shouldn't be something that takes away from your work quality. The reason why I cut my dreads, it had a lot to do with a challenge. I felt that at this point with my dreadlocks, I've done everything that I can do with it. I've grown it out. I've had it styled. I've had it braided. I've done everything that I wanted to do with my dreads. And I wasn't that greatly attached to it, and now it's time to work on other hairstyles. Here's the ultimate lesson. If you want to cut your dreadlocks or cut your hair in general, no matter what you're going to do, get off the social media opinion column and ask yourself what's next. And if you're ready for the next level, then just go for it. And that's basically why I cut my hair.